Welcome back for those of you that just tuned in. I'm your host, Suri Smith. Do write to us at the talkshow at ann7.com and tell us about any cool cars that you've got stored up in the garage. Up next, when you think Motorrad, you think open road, lifestyle, making life a ride. To break away to complete freedom, enjoying new things, feeling the rush of wind. Up next, we take a look at and discuss the rugged bike with that Scrambler look.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It's still early, and it's time to get out, to be impatient. Life is not a highway. It is a road made of intersections, twists and turns, created by nobody else but you. Don't settle. Go. Ride. Find your own path. Is your engine running? Good. Embrace headwind. Feel how it can change direction, just like you can. And here's a promise. Wherever you're going, it won't be boring.
We are at Motorrad Sandton, and with me is Roxanne Miller. She's the boutique manager and customer specialist. Thanks so much for having us.
And thanks so much for being here. It's nice to see you again.
Nice to see you again too. So I want to know, Roxy, tell us more about this stunning bike that we see here.
This is actually one of my favorites. It's the R90 Scrambler, part of the Heritage range. It came out last year and it was based on the R90. And it's really got that cool vibe. It's one of those bikes that you want to rock up for lunch at Parkhurst. A lot of the guys, the gear that goes with it as well is obviously very complimentary or aesthetic. So it's a functional bike, but then obviously it's got that cool vibe as well.
Could you go off-road with this?
Yes, it is based on that. So it's got your off-road tires, and there are quite a few other elements that allow it to go. It's got ABS and traction, which you can switch on and off depending on what sort of road you're traveling on.
We have been working on this project for so long. We have put in, our souls and our lives into this.
Yeah. Bam. That's it, my friend. That's it. Yeah.
A motorcycle is beyond transportation because it connects you with life.
So you said that there's not only this type of R90, is there another type of model as well?
Yes, within the R90, well, basically within the R90 range and the Heritage range, they've sort of varied off the R90. So there's the Racer, which has just come out as well. It's awesome. And then there's the base, the normal R90.
And would you say that this is, it all has different specs, all for different things, all for different ways of using it? So then this would be like you could sort of go off-road. What does the base do? Is that just the normal bike?
The normal R90 is more based on the cafe racer vibe, and it's also got the cool look and all of that, where this one's a little bit more off-road. Then your racer is based on the old school racers from the 60s and 70s in terms of the shape and that type of thing.
Would you just take that on the track, or is it also just a nice
You could
fast
go,
bike
you
to
could
drive?
go on the track and you could go on normal road. So it's not specific where bikes like the RR, the S1000 RR is a track bike. These have got that real cool vibe, you know, so everyone's after that. A lot of guys here in this area like buying these bikes for the image.
So I'm sure that the customers would like to know about the performance level on this bike. Tell us a bit more.
It's basically, it's got a flat twin boxer engine, which is the classic Motorrad engine, and then it's a 1200. And to be honest with you, I could go into a lot of detail, but this bike is not about performance. This is more about lifestyle and appealing to that sort of, you know, Sunday riding, going for lunch and that type of thing, obviously with the off-road capabilities.
I see that there's a lot of cool products on offer here at the boutique. Tell us a bit more about what's on display. I see there's a stunning jacket, a nice helmet. What else do you guys have to offer?
Well, we have a very nice boutique with a wide variety of rider gear and lifestyle products from BMW. And what's nice about this is that we have rider gear that's protective, but that looks cool as well, so it matches the bike.
And you could totally just get off of your bike and walk into a shopping center wearing that and still be rocking it.
Yeah, no one's really going to know that this is the old school sort of Oros man rider gear. That's what's really great about this entire range, both in the boutique and then on the bike side.
Are you guys going to be at the Motorrad Festival in Clarence this year? Is it taking place?
Yes, there's the Pure and Crafted Festival in September. However, this year it has moved a little closer to Johannesburg. I think it might be on the West Strand. We're very excited because it's bringing this lifestyle back into biking. So yeah,
it's nice, open road, open feeling, great festival, nice music, everything on display. And lastly, I think the question on everyone's minds right about now is, how much would one of these be costing?
You're looking just under 185,000 Rand, depending on the spec, but I mean mostly that's your starting point.
Wow. Guys, make your way over to Motorrad Sandton and check out this baby. It's Women's Month, and Mercedes-Benz Bedfordview decided to commemorate some of South Africa's most powerful and well-known females in sport. And we at the talk show were invited to attend. Take a look at what went down.
When I was growing up, girls just didn't run in public.
No one on my all-boys team would pass to me.
Dad told me I couldn't be a boxer. He said I was too small.
There was a guy who tried to spit on me and then push me out of his way.
There comes a point where you have to be sure of yourself. People aren't used to women being so passionate. It scares them.
One day, I just said it doesn't matter what other people think.
I'm a fashion model who can dunk.
I'm a girl. That doesn't mean I have to wear a skirt.
Doesn't mean I can't get all fired up. They used to say that girl is crazy.
But then I just kept winning.
I didn't set out to dominate. I just did.
Somebody's got to be the best. So why not me?
I'm 55 years old and I run close to 70 miles a week.
I never felt like quitting.
There's something telling me to do it every single day. Just want to play ball.
The second of our 6 Mercedes-Benz South Africa and the Laureus Foundation Breakfast series, as Jeanette mentioned earlier. We do a couple of these around the country, and it's always, I think, a pleasure to have a room full of people who are so passionate about something that needs to be closer to many of our hearts. So thank you for gracing us with your presence this morning. This is indeed a very special day for us, especially Mercedes-Benz South Africa and the Laureus Foundation. We're looking forward to a lot more of that, with more women on stage later, and it's all in honor of Women's Month.
As proud country patron to Laureus in South Africa, Mercedes-Benz South Africa introduced the incredible work of the foundation and the power that sport has to create positive change. Guests were able to engage with some of South Africa's most powerful and well-known women in sport as they shared their passion in celebration and in honor of Women's Month.
In describing an assertive and independent young girl, you'll say she's so bossy. Whereas in describing an assertive and independent young boy, you'll be like, look at what a good leader he is. He's got leadership traits. And so it's little things like that. I want to add to what you're saying. I was recently at the Paralympics last year in 2016, and I don't know if you all heard of Ndando Mahlangu, who is a 14-year-old boy and came silver in his particular race. So Caster is not only serving as a good example for young women in South Africa. One of the most heartwarming experiences that I got is when Ndando Mahlangu stood at the starting blocks and he did Caster's famous move, Cobra move. And I thought, this is what you're doing, Caster, and if only you see the impact that you're making across generations, across cultures, and across gender stereotypes as well.
A round of applause to Mercedes-Benz for making it all happen. Thank you. So as you've heard, I'm Deshawn Daisel, known as a high-altitude mountaineer. I was one of the members of South Africa's first team to take our new democratic flag up to the top of Mount Everest back in 1996. It's now 21 years ago, and you know, it's always, someone said earlier, that first moment is always the one you remember the best and you're proud of. So I think that's also one that's been indelibly imprinted in South Africa's imagination. But I have since climbed Everest again after that as well, and many other peaks, as you've heard.
In addition, the breakfast unpacked how the Laureus Foundation uses its funding to overcome gender bias within sporting communities. What a stunning way to celebrate the annual Mercedes-Benz and Laureus Sport for Good Foundation South Africa breakfast. Unfortunately, we have come to the end of our show, but do tune in again next week when we will start up our engines once again. Until then, buckle up and drive safe.